Hey, salute everybody. Welcome to tonight's demonstration. Tonight's demonstration is building communities and bringing the love back. Bridging communities, building them, putting them back together. Um, I want to jump on here tonight because I have noticed a lot of communities are broken. A lot of communities are falling apart. We are living in we living in a time where there's a lot of division, you know, and the division is loud, where hate is bold and where love seems harder and harder to find. But I came to remind all y'all today that love is still the answer. Love is still the bridge. Love is still the power that can bring us back together. Love is more powerful than some of us think. We all human, and we all got the same color blood running through our veins. Whether it's black, white, brown, rich, poor, young, old, we all are connected. So we need to get back to how it used to be and building our communities up, getting back to what it used to be. You know, it's a lot of pain in the world. A lot of people dealing with a lot of pain. And pain in one corner of the community is pain for us all. Joy in one part of the community is joy for us all. The enemy want to keep us divided, want to keep us apart. But I don't believe that's God's plan. I think God's plan is for us to unite, for us to come together, and be one as a whole. So, yeah, you know, when you have love in your heart and you surround yourself around love, you're able to do a lot for your community. You know, you able to feed the homeless. You're able to clothe them, help them. You know, stand up for them. Mentor a child. You know, help your neighbor. It's about building bridges where walls used to be. We have to tear down them walls and unite, come together. Love don't just talk, love do the walk. Love just don't speak, it shows up. So when we show love in our community, hopefully it will bring us together as one. We have enough trouble going on, and we don't need to be part of the problem. We need to be part of the solution. Some of our communities carry deep scars and racism and violence, betrayal, mistrust. There's no way you can heal as a community as a whole dealing with these issues. You know, um, Healing doesn't come from ignoring the problem. Healing comes from addressing the problem, speaking the truth, having grace over it. Forgiveness does not mean we forget. It just means we choose to heal over the betterment and unite over revenge. Our children are watching how we treat one another. So if we divide it, and we're not setting a good example for them, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to repeat whatever we done. And that's not how it's supposed to be. If you see the vision, try to bring it together. Try to come, put a hold around it. Because our kids will inherit that division. And when they see unity, then they can inherit our unity. They can come together and do things. You know, they can make a difference, just like we can make a difference. So let's sow some seeds of love, so our children can reap the harvest of the peace, of the love, of the unity. It said what you sow is what you reap. So if you sow good seeds, you will grasp great harvest. So we need to come together and ease out our differences and try to celebrate ourselves together in our communities, in our home, in our church, in our schools, wherever we reside, wherever we at. It's a must that we do so. Because, like I said in the beginning, we living in some hard times. We living in, I wouldn't say they the worst of the times, but they are worse. They are bad times. And we can turn that around. We can stand together. The Bible says, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. There's a lot of weapons out here forming, but they don't have to prosper if we do what we are supposed to do. When we stand together, nothing can divide us. When we are divided, it weakens us. When we bind together, we are strong. And we can pull together as a whole, as one, and be better for our communities, better for the world, be better for yourself. If you don't be better for nobody else, be better for yourself. We got a lot of stuff going on now that we don't even need. I see a future where, love silence hate. I see a future where neighbors support neighbors and strangers become family. I see a future where we do not survive together. What's up, bro? What's up, Shank? How you doing? Yeah, so we need to just come together and bring peace back to our family, peace back to our community, peace back to ourselves, because ain't nothing like living in peace. It's just so much going on in our world today. And the enemy is always working. The enemy is always trying to divide us. Yeah, good to see you doing good, bro. So we need to start building our communities back up so our children can grow up and be successful and be present in the moment. It's too many youngins out here out being destructive, just doing things that is not healthy for us. It's just not a healthy way of living. And us being adults of the elderly of the world, we should be able to do better. We got to do better. My grandmother used to say, this world is going to hell in a handbasket. And I am now getting to see that. I never understood that. Now today, I'm getting to see that this world is going to hell in a handbasket. But we got the power and we got the tools to do whatever necessary to make this place a better world. Um, it's just too much hate, too much strife. It's just too much going on. And me personally, I live in peace. I live in love. I'm willing to help my brother, my sister, anybody. Don't matter the color, race, whether you rich, whether you poor. I'm willing to do the work to bring us back together as a whole, because it's nothing like being together. I mean, I think we strive when we do things together. I think we can build better when we come together. It's nothing like, putting your hate and all that stuff aside and come together in love, unity. You know, um, like I said, times are hard now. We got young people leaving this earth. We got older people leaving this earth before their time. You know, um, I never thought I would see as many as death as I seen in my 60 years of living. It just is crazy. It's very crazy to me. And every day I wake up and pray, that this can be a better place for us, a better place for us to live. I don't like chaos. I don't like, you know, all the craziness. I can't live like that. It breaks my heart. It hurts my heart. You know, um, I'm calling y'all for action. I'm calling y'all to action to be the bridge where there's a gap. We need to be healers. We need to heal the wounds that we carry on a day-to-day basis. We need to talk about the pain that keep us down. We need to be the light in the midst of the darkness. We can come above all if we choose to. All we have to do is put our hands together and go to work. If we come together in love, there's no mountain we cannot climb, no chain that cannot be broken. There's no community that cannot be restored. Let's bridge the gap and bring back the love that we once had. You know, when I was growing up, I lived in a neighborhood where everybody looked out for everybody. And then when they saw something that didn't fit right in the neighborhood, they did something about it. Um, People always say, you know, I'm minding my business. I'm minding my business thing. Okay, but sometimes you have to mind other people's business because we got pedophiles on the loose. We got serial killers on the loose. We got people who is just destructive on the loose. So sometimes you have to mind other people's business to keep other people safe. Because if you turn a blind eye, somebody might lose their life. Our children are suffering real bad. Every day when I'm on social media or watching the news or reading the paper or hearing word of mouth, a mother took a child out, a father took a child out, kids taking kids out. These children are dying younger and younger. They're not even getting a chance to see their future. You know, um, they're not even able to progress in life because we got demons among us. We got sheep and wool clothing walking among the earth, ready to devour whatever comes their way, whatever gets in their way. Um, it breaks my heart to know that people just don't care no more. Um, they just don't give a damn, and that's not a good way. Um, that's not a good way of living. That's not a good way of doing things. That's just totally crazy to me. You know, um, So yeah, we need to do better. Shank, do you want to come up on the panel? I think I got it now. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'm still learning this thing out. So hopefully I can do some things. So but yeah, we have to do better. We have to come together. Be better. All right, let me see if I can I think I can do this. I don't even know how to do this. Oh my god. I think I got it. Still learning how to do this. Did it come up? I think I did it right. I know, bro. Don't be laughing at me. I'm still trying to do this shit. I ain't been on here and I'm trying to. Oh shit! Did I do it? Oh, let me see. Okay. Oh
Yeah.
shit! Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
Congratulations. You moving up. You moving up as a content creator.
Yeah! Oh
ah,
my god! My heart is
yeah.
beating. Oh shit! That was good.
I'm proud of you, sis. I see you doing your thing. I'm proud of you.
Man, I'm trying to do this shit, man. I was like, let me see, let me go here and do this because I had already did a package, but
Right.
I said I gotta sit around and play around with this shit till I get it the way I need to get it, but I don't know.
What was your journey like before I get into my demonstration as far as what your topic is? What was your journey like being a content creator and getting to where you're at now?
I don't know, man. It's been kind of rough. It's just
Yep,
been
yep, yep, yep.
hard because I'm like, I really want to do this. I stay on YouTube too much at
Mm-hmm,
times watching other people, and
mm-hmm,
to me, it looks so easy. Y'all doing it,
mm-hmm,
I took from this
mm-hmm.
talk. I took from so many content
Yeah,
creators, and
yeah,
I'm like, they do that shit with ease. Like they get
yeah,
up there, do they shit, and they be doing it, and I know I can do this shit, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I gotta go through the steps and learning how to do it to be
Right,
successful at it because
right,
it's like I ain't no quitter.
right.
Like,
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna keep pushing no matter how much I gotta go through. I mean, I don't have a lot of people over, but I'll be like, fuck it, I'm still gonna do it. What the hell?
Right. That's right.
Somebody might come across this video and whatever I'm speaking on, it might help them, it might
Right.
touch them, and then
Right.
I might get some more people, whatever the case is. But it's been a journey,
Right.
it's been kind of rough, but I said I was gonna stick to it. I ain't doing nothing else.
That's right. Well, when I first started, for probably like about a month, probably like a month, maybe longer than that, but I know at least a month. I only had Sages in my chat. It was just me and Sages, and he was always like, "Big bruh, just keep going, just keep pushing." And I'm just starting out, so I'm like, man, ain't nobody watching me, ain't
Yeah,
nobody listening to me. Maybe this ain't for me, you
right.
know. And he just kept encouraging me. He just kept saying, "Big bruh, just stick with it, just stick with it." And
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now because I was getting discouraged like a mud. And I kept telling my daughter, she was like, well, Mom, I think you do pretty well. You be talking about some good stuff and
right,
everything.
right.
Just don't lie. I said, yeah, but I be talking to myself and shit. She said, well, that ain't nothing new. I said, yeah. I said, I said, yeah, you being funny now. I'm serious. She said, I'm serious too. You do be talking to yourself, but I get what you're saying. She said, but just keep at it, and in time, you never know what God might do. And I said, yeah, I give it a try, But I've been slacking because my grandbaby's still in the
Right,
hospital,
right, right,
and it's been a challenge because I've been over there helping her with the kids and didn't really have time to jump on.
right,
Anytime I wanted to jump on, I was getting phone calls or,
right,
either about my daughter, my daughter or my son. So I
Right,
said I don't want to jump on there when I got all this shit going on, because I got a lot of shit going on.
right,
I
right.
know God is still in control. I know He still got the ultimate say. So I
Just
said,
look, take it from me. Enjoy these days, cause
yeah,
when your channel jump, Lord have mercy, you gonna be like, can I just go back to when it was just me and Shank Rod? Can I just go back to when I only had two? This you gonna be like, I thought in the beginning it was too much.
yeah,
What's when your channel jump, you gonna be like, Lord have mercy, Lord have
yeah.
mercy. But
Solution, yeah,
you doing good. But to speak on what you were speaking about as far as we gotta do better, and it starts with self. I'm
it's
not
true.
I'm not sure if you know anything about Noble Drew Ali, More Science Temple of America, but Noble Drew Ali taught us know thyself.
To
Then
thyself be true.
right, then years later, Michael Jackson came back with the Man in the Mirror. It all starts with self.
Yeah, it got to be, because self is the number one. I mean, you can't set no example for nobody unless you set an example for yourself first.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Because if you go out and try to preach something to somebody else and you're not living it, you're not living your truth.
Facts.
Yeah, so you have to better yourself and get yourself straight before you can get anything else straight. You
I
know,
see you, Sharon. Salute, Sharon. I see you.
yeah, solution. But the thing is this, Shank, it's just, I don't know. It's my head is so crowded right now. I want to say so much, but I can't really say it in this segment because
Mhm.
it's a personal thing. But
Right.
you know, um, what I'm seeing in a lot of my communities, a lot of people, a lot of even in family, friends, whatever, it's the disrespect.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
eh,
so much disrespect for each other, and
Yeah.
you know, uh, personally, I have to address when somebody is disrespectful. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
And
Because you can't get nowhere on disrespect.
and that's what I'm saying. Like I use me for an example. When I address, you see the things that be going on, and when I address it, I get made out to be the bad person. Or Shank, be the bigger person. Or Shank, don't let it get to you. But come on, Juanita, as a woman, as a man, you're not gonna tolerate nobody disrespecting you, especially when you know you ain't done nothing to them.
Yeah, yeah, that's true too. But I was taught in order for it to get respect, you have to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? When you do see that you're being disrespectful, yeah, you have every right to point it out. But I feel like, you know, if the person who disrespect me is close to me, then I need to have a conversation with that person, and let them know how I feel. But if I'm out on the street and somebody disrespect me, all kind of shit go through my head.
Right. And
You know.
see, nowadays, it's a different day and time now. It was a time when you could pull somebody up. Hey, bruh, hey, sis, I don't appreciate how you carried me. I don't appreciate, the way you said this or the way you said that. Most people would be like, my bad, it won't happen no more. But
Mm,
nowadays, it's like, they look at you like you crazy. And I've seen it in other people's situation. And I've had to check two people. One on my job that I was working at. The dude was dead wrong. And
mm,
and he tried to get around it. And he came to me and tried to make a joke about it. And I was like, bro, you wrong. You
yeah,
wrong. And you owe him an apology.
right.
And he was like, but I ain't never look at it like it. And I was like, that's the problem. You only looked at it through your eyes. You ain't look at it through his eyes. If he said that you disrespected him, if he said that you made him feel some type of way, then that's what you got to accept. And he apologized, but he really was hesitant to apologize.
Yeah, well, you're gonna come across people like that in this day and time, whatever. But see, you know, I had to be a bigger person in a lot of cases that I felt like I didn't want to be the bigger person because I felt it wasn't on me. But to keep the peace, you know, without all that BS, I went on and jumped up to be the bigger person. You know, I feel if I ever disrespected anybody in any shape, form, or fashion, I'm apologize for it.
Right,
Especially if
right,
I see that I'm wrong,
right,
first of
right,
all. But
right,
if I see that I'm not wrong, I ain't apologizing because right is right and wrong is wrong.
right, right, right,
You know what I'm saying? And I don't always try to want to be the one that want to be right because I can be wrong sometimes,
right,
and
right,
I can admit when I'm wrong.
right,
You
right,
know what I'm saying? It took me a while to get there, but I'm there.
right,
You
right,
know what I'm saying? And
right,
I think, you know, living in this day and time, you know, we have a lot of pressure on our head, a lot of shit going on, a lot of shit we can't even control. You feel what I'm saying?
right, right,
But in the midst of that, you know, people don't have to be mean and rude and disrespectful
right,
because of that.
right, right. And see, when I was younger, and even in my older years, I get it, of course, now. But when I was younger, I couldn't understand like why my mom and like why older people and other people were like loners. They just like my mom. She wouldn't go to no family functions. She wouldn't, had no family. She wouldn't have no friends come to the house. But she always stayed out of mess. She always stayed out of trouble and everything. And she used to always say, "You'll get there one day when you get older. You'll see why I don't be bothered with people." You know what I'm saying? Because number one, people phony, and just number two, you just, when you start going through things, you don't want to be bothered you
That's
know
true.
and like you said, you don't mind taking accountability, you don't mind showing respect, but just imagine if don't nobody take accountability, and imagine if somebody disrespect you, like we was talking about the last time on my demonstration about that crazy ninja that live in everybody's head. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. And I told you let that evict that funky
Yeah,
motherfucker too.
yeah, you got to get them up out of there,
Yeah,
and you try so good, but then like you said, some situations you can't prevent, some situations you can.
yeah,
Like a couple situations that I went through on my last job, I couldn't prevent them because I'm at work. I'm on a 9 to 5,
right.
so I can't prevent it if I'm on a 9 to 5. Just the disrespect. Like so you expected me to do my work, and then you expected me to do other people's work when they breathe just like I breathe. They
Hmm.
how is it? And then have a problem when I shut it down. To, to
Yeah,
to me, that's disrespect. Like if we at work, we supposed to be pulling each other's weight. Now if you need some help, or if it's somebody and let's say they an hour late from work, or let's say they not feeling good or something like that. All that's understandable. Hey, Shank, man. Look, man, I'm having a bad day today, man. Look, I'm not feeling well, man. Can you cover for me? And I promise, tomorrow I got you. I'll do some extra work for you. All that type stuff is understandable because that's respectful. But
yeah,
to just try to get around and get to the supervisor, and because you got it in with the supervisor, you tell the supervisor, well, get Shank the door, or whoop de woo woo woo. I ain't doing it. And the supervisor fall for it.
yeah.
It's like, come on now, what
Well,
we
you
doing
know,
here?
I've been in both positions. I've been in as a worker and I've been in as a supervisor. So I've been in both sides of the spectrum when it came to working. But at my end day, before I retired, I was a straight supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
carrying away. I had 35 people working under me.
Mm-hmm.
Every guy that came in that support we was looking for a boss because I really with my health issue and everything I couldn't really just take on everything that I was taking on the
Right.
job because it required me it just required a lot from me.
Right. I
In
feel
the
you.
meantime, in between time, I was the only one there to run the store.
Right.
So everybody that they sent in there for me to train, now I'm training the people to be my boss.
Mm.
And I ain't had no understanding of it, but I'm like, okay, I do need somebody here to be the boss because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want that position.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
that position, even though the money was good and shit, but the work it was horrendous.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm working for a disability on a disability contract. So I got all these people in there that got disabilities.
Right. Right.
And most of them was mental disabilities.
Mm.
But because of the fact I got a mental disability, I could relate to them.
Right.
I
Right.
could understand them.
Right.
And I had a real good team of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I never favoritism not one worker. I
Right.
never put too much on one work. I had some good ass workers that I know could do the work, and I always came to them just like you said. Hey, I know you tired. I know you done your
Right.
job, whatever. But can you go over there and get so and so a hand, whatever, whatever.
Right.
And
Right.
maybe next week I'll cut you a day off or give you
Right.
something like that.
Right. Right.
And then I got the work done the way I need to get it done. But the work they was putting on us as far as the store, I didn't have the manpower to do it.
Right. Right.
So at the end of the day, I'm the first one to get there, the last one to leave.
Right. Right.
So when it came to it, I had to cut corporate out because I'm like during the pandemic, we was essential.
Mm.
I still had to come to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting double more work than what I normally got.
Right.
And they
Right.
wasn't giving me no help. So
Right.
to
Same
me,
here.
they was just disrespecting me because they was like, well, shit, she down there holding the full the
Right.
full name.
Right.
She doing
Same here.
everything. We don't need to send her nobody. She got that shit.
Right, right. Same here. You the best worker that we got. Yeah, I get I'm the best worker that we got, but I'm not going to do other people's work. You
Right.
get where I'm coming from? I'm going to focus on my work because that's what I signed up for. Now, however, if we're short, if somebody don't come into work, all right, then you need me to cover. All right. But if that person comes into work and
And they
you
gotta do their work.
that yeah, that person got to do their work. You can't expect for me to do their work. That's disrespect to even carry me like that, to even come at me and put me in that predicament. Well, we know you a good worker. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to be the best worker doing my work
Right,
because
right.
it's my work. That's what I signed up for, Juanita. I
Yeah.
didn't sign up to be the best worker for somebody else's job.
Right, 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 right. But see, that's the thing. That when you're doing a job like that, I like I said, people don't have no love and compassion regardless.
Hmm.
You just a
Hmm.
worker to them. You just
Hmm.
there. They
Hmm.
getting
Hmm.
paid off of you doing the work for them.
Hmm.
So it
Hmm.
didn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? And see me, the reason why I ultimate decided to retire because the disrespect they gave me at the end of the day, it wasn't even worth it.
Right, right.
It
Same
wasn't.
here.
He came and I said, "Well, when you gonna give me a bonus? When you gonna give me a raise?" I kid
Hmm.
you not. This white MF want to give me $60 worth of Starbucks card, and I don't
Mm,
even drink coffee.
mm,
Make that make sense?
mm,
So he was kind of telling me, you know, as long as I'm in here doing the work and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting what I'm getting. He ain't giving up no more money.
mm,
Because I'm running this motherfucking store by myself and
mhm,
I'm doing a damn good job doing it. Why
mhm,
would I mean, they ain't want to pay no more.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
mhm.
I'm telling them they knew my health issue.
Right,
They
right.
knew my health story. But as long as I was breathing and I could come in that store,
Yeah.
they ain't give a fuck about my health issues.
They didn't, and it's sad, because like you said, where's the compassion? Where's the
Yeah,
love? We're not robots. You know,
exactly.
we're human beings. We have feelings. We bleed.
Yeah,
We like I tell people, you can't always expect a person to be strong. Strong people break down too. Strong people got needs too.
They
You
do.
know, we got needs, and we might be strong. Like I tell people all the time, yeah, I'm strong, but I'm weak too. I got both traits.
Exactly.
I have both traits in me. I have the weak trait. I have the strong trait.
Right.
And just because I'm strong, that doesn't give nobody the right to pile stuff up on me and expect for me to always come through.
But see, that's the thing, though. People do that because they feel that you strong enough to handle it.
Right,
They give it to us because it's like, okay, she's strong enough. She can go through that. She can deal with that. But at
right,
the end of the day, you ain't with me in my quiet time. When
right.
I'm breaking down, when I'm hurting, when I'm dealing with stuff,
Hello, hello,
when
hello,
I'm on the lost side, my mind going crazy. You ain't there to see that shit.
hello. Body hurting.
And I always tell people this: you see the glory, but you don't know my story.
Mm. Teach,
This is all glory.
teach,
There's a story behind this glory.
teach.
I
And they
didn't
don't
get,
see it. They
yeah,
don't see it. And look, I'm gonna tell you the cold piece about it. Most people don't even care.
that's it right there. They
That's the
don't.
cold piece about it. Most people don't even care. Won't even. Most people don't care.
Yeah, but see, that's why we need to start bridging communities and bringing the love back. Because a lot of people don't care. A lot of people don't see how far we have fallen,
Hmm.
how far we have gone down in the trenches, and people don't see it. Like, come on now. I mean, it it got crazy. Families breaking up, kids dying. It's just too much going on that we need to bring some love back. We need to bring the communities back. We need to come together as a whole. We can do more together as a whole than we can apart. We stronger together than we are apart. You know what I'm saying? Um, we need to work on ourselves. We need to do more work on ourselves than anything. You feel what I'm saying? Because it would make it better. Oh, Sharon, you want to start? Oh, Sharon's like, I want to start a channel, but I don't know what to do. Sharon, you can do it. You can get it, girl. I ain't know what to do either, Sharon, but I started out and started putting some stuff together. So now I'm just doing it. Shank, you gone?
No, I'm eating some chips, so I muted the mic.
Yeah, so yeah, that's Sharon said she wants to start trying, but that's what we need to do. We need to start working on ourselves. We need to start really getting in the mindset of being better, not just for our communities, but for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's crazy how everything is falling apart before our eyes, and we ain't doing too much about it. You know, it's just too much hell in the world, too much going on that I know we got the power to do something to make it better. I'm always encouraging, in my neighborhood, not only do I take the neighbors a dinner, not only do I go walk the dog or,
Hmm.
pick up her mail or make sure her house safe when she gone out of town.
Hmm.
I got a community, man. We over here, we like straight up family.
That's
If you
good.
come, you come over in my community, you would think we were sisters and brothers over here for real, for real.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Because we look out, and I got a diverse neighborhood. I got the white people at the end, white people in the middle, got the Chinese people on around the corner, got the Spanish over. I had a white man help my husband bring a washing machine in the house. They talk all the time. So it's like we need to get back into building our neighborhoods and bridging our communities together, man. We need to get back to bringing the love back to the community, the love back to each other.
That's facts, Juanita. Juanita, I'm gonna drop down, but I'm gonna be in the chat. All right.
All right, Shank, cause
All right. All right.
go ahead.
Salute.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about today is bridging communities and bringing the love back. It's too much hate, too much strife, too much envy, too much jealousy, too much of shit that don't even really matter. You know, it's just crazy. You know, it's not even worth the time, the day to be sitting around uh, crying about things that don't even matter. We should be working on things that do matter, things that will help us to build, help us to, to hold a foundation together, a structure together. You know, the Bible says, above all, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect unity. That's Galatians 3:14. You know, of all the things we go through, you know, all the things we have to deal with, um, we should be able to make something better out of it. You know, we should be able to pick up the pieces, put them back together, and be there to help one another. You know, it's all about lifting each other up, being there for one another. You know, yeah, some of us we could do it on our own. You know, we could do this, we could do that. But I think it'd be better if we could do it together. Because, like I said, we are stronger together than we are apart. We can do so much. We could do so much if we could just come together as a whole, as we can come together on one accord, and be there for each other. I mean, just really be there. It ain't gonna take much, you know, a little time of your day, lend an ear, lend a hand. I mean, it's not gonna kill us to do that for each other. You know, I don't know. Maybe one day it will happen. And I hope and pray I'm alive to see it happen. Because, you know, it's enough hell of his up in the world of his own. You know, you don't need to bring hell to your doorstep. You know, you don't need to have hell in your house. You don't need to have hell in your family. You don't need to go through hell just for the hell of it. How about that? You know, it's just not worth it. You know, me personally, I always use my time wisely. You know, always set away goals of what I'm accomplished in my time. You know, who I'm gonna help, who I'm gonna be there for. You know what I can do. You know, it's too much going on, and I just like to see everybody comes together and bring unity, bring love back. You know, speak life into each other's life. You know, be there for them. You know, I don't know. It's just um, so much going on that just make it so hard for for people to see that. Let me be clear. Unity does not mean we all become the same. Unity means that in our differences, we can find strength. Every culture, every voice, every story makes a difference and make our community whole and richer. You know what I'm saying? When we invest in our young people, when we celebrate the diversity, and when we heal our old wounds and forgive, we can bring love and compassion back. You know, we can create something unstoppable. You know, our community is supposed to be rooted in trust, dignity, and hope. You know, a hope for a better tomorrow. You know, we have to do things better. We have to make sure our kids are better. We have to make sure our kids are doing what they are supposed to be doing. You know, love must be our foundation, not a soft love, but a strong love, a love of forgiveness, a love that lifts, a love that refuses to let hate have the last word. Love is not passive, it's an action. It's like, you know, doing things and right there and then, standing up for justice when others are silent. We have to be the voice of those who are voiceless. We have to care for our youth, care for our elderly. We have to stand up and do what's right. You know what I'm saying? We have to find a common ground instead of focus on differences, other people's differences, what they can do, what they can't do, how they are. We have to build our community and come back together in time of crisis. It's about building relationships, standing strong in relationships, being whole in relationships, being trustworthy in relationships, being honest in relationships, no disrespect in relationships. It's an everyday life. It's about listening and not judging. You know what I'm saying? It's about staying focused on your goal. Focus on what it is that you need to do to make sure you live in the best life you could ever live. No matter what your background is, no matter what your race is, we all desire the same things. We desire safety, opportunity, respect, and love. So hopefully we can bring that back and look through our third eye, and when we find something wrong, that we can correct it. And not building up walls and separating ourselves and going on this end and going on that end. No, we need to bring it together. We need to be together. We need to do things that's going to strengthen our character, that's going to make us better people. Come on, it's too much going on out here. And the disrespect has to go. I don't care who it come from. The disrespect has to go. So if you feel like you have disrespected somebody in your life, somebody, be the bigger person and apologize. Take accountability. Stand in your truth. Show up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the person that go along to just get along. No, I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I stand up for what's right. I stand up for what is true. I stand up for what is real. I was all them people before I came to where I'm at now. I have a whole history of doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Today I'm doing what's right. And ain't nobody can change how I feel when it comes to me doing what's right. You know, um, I stand up for what I believe in. If I catch, if we friends and we doing things and you wrong, you wrong. I'm gonna tell you wrong. You know what I'm saying? I can agree to disagree. I don't have to uh stand with you just to be standing with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going about living a different way of life, and that's the life God created me to live. Yeah, I'm here to help any way possible, any means necessary to help bridge my community back together, bring my people back together, bring relationships together if they are meant to be. But if you're in a relationship and it ain't meant to be, then you need to go south. Save yourself. Save yourself before you hurt yourself. You know, because there's too much going on to not be happy. There's too much going on not to be at peace. Be peaceful with yourself. You can be peaceful with others. You know, everything starts with self. You know, what you put out is what you're gonna get. You know, if you got negative energy, you're gonna get negative energy back. If you got positive energy, you're gonna get positivity back. It's all what you put out. Everything starts with you. And at the end of the day, everything ends with you. So I hope this demonstration has been helpful. I hope you got something out of this. Until we see each other again, be blessed, be whole, and love yourself and love your brothers and sisters. Have a good night, and may God bless you all. Peace.